Everything I do is for you, baby. That is all I wanna do. Everything I know is for you, baby. Those are for you, babe. Everything I do is for you, baby. That is all I wanna do. Everything I know is for you, baby. Those are for you, babe.
This episode of Thugs on Drugs is brought to you by Camden Clark, where even your dog would receive substandard medical care. So more to update on the Karen Blair situation on Broadway Avenue. So this was 2 nights ago. It would have been, I believe, Saturday night. Ambulance showed up at her house again, and well, there were a couple things that were going on. So the neighborhood out there is keeping really good watch of what's going on. And we had reported before that somebody in the neighborhood was saying that there were drug deals going on at this house and possibly across the street at Terry's Dairy King. And somebody had commented and said that that wasn't going on because they sit out on their porch and look all the time. Well, here we go, 2 nights ago, and again tonight. We've got more footage from tonight as well. So that marks the 4th time that police have stopped in. Now, you can see they have a bed out there. Karen actually made it home. She was moved from a nursing home in Ripley to Jackson General Hospital, I think for a couple days, and then she was sent back home. Well, when she got there, and I actually saw her when I was going to work, but I didn't have time to talk to her. I had worked 16 hours yesterday and 12 the day before, and I was running late, so I didn't have time to talk to her, but I wanted to ask her if she was all right. Well, that John Lyons was fawning over her, and I thought it would have been an awkward situation, so I just didn't say anything at the time. I wish I had, in hindsight. But what happened was her oxygen tanks and her nebulizers and medical equipment that she needs were not at the house, so she can't medically live there anymore, and we presume that it's all been traded for drugs. Now, tonight, here's footage of an arrest that was made of a drug deal that was done right here at her house on Monday night, tonight. And there's just too much. This is the 4th time that cops have been there in the last 2 weeks. We talked about John Lyons marrying her for the money. So it sure seems that, with her being sent back to live there, but her medical equipment not being there, they're not looking out for her. These are supposed to be caretakers, and it proves that that house is being run out for drugs. We talked about that. The Neighborhood Crime Watch is really stepping up and doing a great job trying to get the drugs off the streets and make this place safe. We just need the police to put an end to this so it doesn't continue to happen. So here is some information on John Lyons. Born in 1973, that's the address. It's got it right there, 1500 Broadway Avenue. And there's some information about the house. Now, he isn't from this city. He's from Salem, West Virginia, and you can see his addresses right there, his former addresses. And he married her, it looks like in October. I don't know if it's legal, but you can see her name is right up there as the first possible associate. And you can see it says right there, this has been John's home since October of 2022, I guess it's saying. So not 24. I wasn't aware of that. So it's being reported that Shane Weigel is John Lyons' right-hand man in all of this, and that he had gone around with a debit card and they had wiped Karen's card out of $60,000. I don't think anybody's been charged for that crime either. So Shane Weigel was going around roughly around October of this past year trying to activate one of Karen's debit cards, and there's no word on where Karen is living right now, but this is not a good situation. Now, back on May 5th, we had a couple reports of suspicious vehicles in our area, and one of them was reported by Destiny and Lindsay Lott. I don't think they're related to Daryl Lott or Preston Pierce, but they said that somebody was going around the block for about 30 minutes, and happened to ask her for a ride on the second time. And that the man looked about 60, had glasses and a hat, might have been around 5'10", and he was driving a white Hummer with a Marine sticker on the back window and an oversized sticker of President Trump on the back passenger window. I don't think this was Preston Pierce. I think this was somebody who lives in that area. This was reported on St. Mary's Avenue in Parkersburg on North Side. But it is a little suspicious. He's driving around like that, but people were questioning why didn't she get a picture. So maybe next time just try to think about getting a picture of the guy, his license plate or something like that, because if it has to do with your safety, it's pretty important. Now, that same day on May 5th, there was another report of men in a white car parked at Vienna's Grand Central Mall with Arizona license plates, reportedly taking pictures of this man's daughter in the mall. Now, again, we don't have any pictures of them, so we don't know how serious this is, but we want to take it seriously because when it comes to people's safety, you never know. Okay, we're going to switch gears to Preston Pierce again. And we've talked about in the fourth Be With You video about his infatuation with lighthouses. Well, Facebook accounts are his infatuation as well. Now, the accounts in question right now are the Sarah Fleming accounts, and we're talking about numbers 1 and 3 on this picture. So the first account, this could possibly be a real woman, or it could be him. It's hard to say. He's backdating profiles, but this picture right here is by an Italian artist, and then this one right here, barbed wire around the wrists, gouging the eyes out. It's all very demonic. Now, I found a second account called Sarah Fleming II, and it has Greenville, Ohio, which is like 20 miles from where I grew up, on the other side of the state of Ohio, which was really weird. And then there's this picture right here, so it could be this woman doing it. I'm not sure. But this account right here is definitely him 100%, and I can prove it. So I found this just this morning, and it started with a picture of this cleavage on here. You can clearly see it. He always puts, well, he doesn't always do it, but he puts porn on a lot. Well, I just checked it later this morning, and the cleavage has been trimmed up, so it's not there. In the caption, it says, "Be careful how you treat people." So, you know it's him, you know it's a fake account, and then it also has Raleigh, North Carolina. That's where Gretchen lived right before she moved back to West Virginia. So, Pierce is up to his sick games again. Okay, so this is what Ryan Perkins put on the YouTube channel as a comment, and I want to read it to you, and I want to go over it and kind of show you what we think is going on here. So I'm going to read it straight. And it says, "Hey, this is Ryan Perkins. Do you believe in God, young man? I don't know where you get your information from, but it's definitely not the FBI or police. You know nothing about anything you say on either of your videos. I was arrested in December on a strangulation charge that was made by Vienna police officer. The case was dismissed because there was no evidence backing the charge. The alleged victim statement clearly stated that this charge was not what happened at all. I had been having seizures and had one that night. A lady 50 yards away in a car in the dark with no lights on made the call. The alleged victim is the mother of our children that will be more than happy to let you know the truth that there was no crime committed. We both ask that you remove the slandering video that my lawyer will be contacting you about real soon. You have no idea about anything that you say. I have a beautiful family with an amazing 6-year-old son and a 2-year-old son. Please do a video interviewing the people you are getting your information from. I would gladly have a conversation with all of you anytime to squash your bullshit videos about the information they are giving you. Why don't you post a video of you having an interview with the police or FBI?" Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. So he talks about this one charge with the strangulation charge, because I said it in the Cindy Ball video. And he says a lady 50 yards away in a car in the dark with no lights on made the call. Now, for one thing, it showed up in the news, online and in the newspaper as the charge. So, for one thing, how are we supposed to know the details if he's even telling the truth? And I got with my source yesterday, and he said I wouldn't believe a word that Ryan Perkins is saying, because he said the woman who made the charge was Katie Ferguson, his ex, and that she doesn't even like him. So, even if there's the off chance that he's telling the truth on this one thing, now I've got 3 different men who have overcome the fight of drugs, made it, and they're all telling me that he's the guy, he's the one who killed Cindy Ball. Independently over the last year and a half, it's not just one guy feeding me information. It's 3 different guys who have said it.
And you can even say a fourth because Ryan Perkins himself was secretly recorded while drunk making a confession that he murdered Cindy Ball. That was turned into investigators years ago, is what I'm being told. So it doesn't matter if it's Preston Pierce, Ryan Perkins, or Greg Casto. It's like none of these men have a conscience at all. We have women missing and murdered, and none of them are spitting the truth. He's all whipped into a frenzy about a video that somebody's making when he's not even telling you that he got bonded out of jail on a theft charge from years ago. And they wanted him so badly, they ambushed him in the middle of the night, and he started fighting the police officers, got obstruction of justice, and he is considered a fugitive of justice. He was extradited to Washington County, and he got bonded out for $2,500. He runs out and immediately runs to the video and makes a comment. It's really sick. I just don't understand. Just come clean. You say you want to talk about it, you're talking. Tell people what really happened. Tell people what you did. This community deserves justice for its missing and murdered women. We also have a prosecuting attorney by the name of Pat Lefebvre who doesn't really seem like he's that interested in taking these cases to grand jury, which means murderers are walking the streets. And we need justice in this city. We need it more than about anything for these cases. We're tired of cold cases going unsolved. He won unopposed last time, and if he doesn't start doing something, he's going to be out of a job.